there's a few questions that people want to know about with the OCR World Championships. What happens if I fail an obstacle?
If you fail an obstacle, there's no alternative to that obstacle. So there's no burpees, there are no push-ups, no laps to run, anything like that. All the obstacles are basically mandatory, and it's been our responsibility to kind of build a course that's kind of fair and balanced. You are permitted multiple attempts on an obstacle. If you ultimately fail an obstacle, your bracelet is cut and you're not eligible for cash and prizes. If you ultimately can't complete the obstacle and your bracelet gets cut, you still get to continue, you still get a finisher's medal. You will get a time penalty, and that'll be added onto your total time.
Are the elite and the age group rules any different from each other?
No, elite and age group rules are entirely the same.
What are the rules to enter the Journeyman, and do you still have spots available in that?
We do still have spots available in the Journeyman categories, limited. To enter, athletes just need to do any four obstacle course races throughout 2014. It's kind of intended to reward people that are really driving the sport, kind of the most dedicated athletes. It gives them an opportunity to compete at the World Championships.
Can you tell me what those age group prize money awards are?
Every age group in 5-year increments after 24. So the first age group is 18 to 24, then it's 25 to 29, 30 to 34, so on and so forth. Every winner is $1,000. Top 3 in each age group receive cash. Expect a steep drop off after $1,000 because I'm a little bit old school and I kind of like the winner take all mentality.
How are the heats assigned?
We're kind of adopting the triathlon model. Elites go off first, and then it's based on your age group. So if you are a 32-year-old female, you're lining up with every other female in that 30 to 34 category, and you're towing the line with them, you're starting with them, you're racing against them, experiencing the same course conditions, and hopefully crossing the finish line with at least a general idea of how you did. The concept of waiting around and waiting to see if your time holds up with your fingers crossed is kind of a BS way to finish a race. It's just not very exciting, and I think that's it's probably a byproduct of a lot of races trying to cram as many athletes onto a course as possible.
Are there any other fees that are going to be associated on race day?
Spectators are free and always will be free. The New York City Marathon they don't charge for spectators. So every premier endurance event does not charge for spectators. So I don't know why OCR has kind of adopted this practice. It doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make sense. There is a parking fee. The parking lot is about 1/8 of a mile away at a nonprofit park, and unfortunately there is a parking fee. I believe it's $10.
Can I bring my family? Is it going to be a family event?
Yeah, King's Domain is probably one of the most family-friendly venues available. In fact, there are pictures online of the kids course, and I would argue that our kids course rivals some of the other actual adult races out there. We have opening night ceremonies the night before, Friday night. Hobie Calls our guest of honor. Saturday is the individual competition, and the focus is going to be on that race. Saturday night will probably be a pretty quiet night because some of the athletes will want to race the team competition on Sunday, and the team competition is going to be interesting. There are a number of international teams that are developing. We still don't have Team USA figured out. That's not us to figure out, but hopefully somebody steps up and does that. On Sunday, there's no qualification requirement. So if you want to come out and then race on Saturday and then race with your husband on Sunday, he or she could join you and kind of go over the course and have some fun. So,
what is the most interesting location that you have athletes coming from so far?
All over. We've got a huge contingent coming from Sweden. Large number of athletes coming from South Africa, UK, Australia, Mexico, Germany, all over. I think about right now it's still around 40% of our athletes are from outside the United States, and the fact that we've been able to convince these athletes to come to Ohio to experience this race is incredible.
If somebody hasn't signed up yet, can you still sign up, and how did you qualify? If they don't already know.
There's still a large number of qualifying races that are available on our website. There's a listing there. You can register right through our website too. There are a few discount codes floating out through some partners and some nonprofits. I think we've done a pretty unique thing in partnering with a number of nonprofits where we give them a discount code, and every use not only gives the athlete a discount, but we actually give a donation in the athlete's name to that charity. So I think Operation Enduring Warrior right now, we have a code, I think it's OEW10, I believe, that gives athletes a 10% discount, and we also donate back $20 of every registration right back to Operation Enduring Warrior. For more information, go to OCRWorldChampionships.com, OCR World Championships on Facebook, OCR Championship on Twitter, or OCRWC on Instagram.
This episode of Obstacle and Adventure Weekly is brought to you in part by Win High Performance Sports Detergent, formulated to release the odors and restore wicking ability of your favorite sports apparel. Sweat hard, smell great with Win.
My name is Corinna Coffin, and you're watching Obstacle and Adventure Weekly.
Hi everyone, Margaret here. I am coming at you from my office, aka my gear testing laboratory. Today I'm going to talk to you about probably one of the most basic things that you can use and add into your training. A little bit different type of gear review today, but today we're going to talk to you about none other than a log. No, seriously, I'm going to talk to you about a log. I'm going to put this guy down. You might ask, what can I do with a log? Well, number one, if you live in a cold environment, you can chop your log. If you're like me, we heat our house with wood. So fall time equals wood chopping time. If you're not into chopping wood, and that's a-okay, you can also use logs in your workouts to carry them, clean them, squat with them. You can even do burpees off of them. You can do a combination of a ton of different things together. You can press and then go into a burpee, do some push-ups, even use it as a platform for dips. But if nothing else, the log is probably one of the most versatile items you can have in your gear chest. Doesn't always have to be a giant log. It can also be a little bit smaller log. Depending on the type of wood you have around you, the weight and density is going to be a little bit different. This is about medium density, a little bit heavier. If you've got pine, pine's super light. It's going to be really easy to chop. But otherwise, a must-have in every obstacle racer's training kit, a log. And if you want to get creative, name your log. That's it for this week's gear review. No, seriously, go get a log.
I was nervous at the starting line. I was like, what am I doing here? Why did I get up this early to come here and race? And everyone looks so like serious, and they all know each other, and yeah, they look like they're really intense athletes, and so I was just kind of doubting myself, but it's like, all right, I'm here, have fun.